Hello everyone and welcome back. My name's dustinkreis and today got my June pickup video here and I'm sitting around. It's like all surrounding me. This is a huge pickup video because the last one I did for last month, I did it in the middle of the month, and I did that so I would possibly stop picking things up that much. Didn't work. Picked up a lot of things this month. And this is going to be a long video because there's a lot to get through. I got a lot of stuff at a great retro store. I got a lot of stuff at a yard sale. And I'm going to throw in some DVDs and movies in here as well. So the DVDs and the movies will be at the end. So if you're just here for the video game stuff, we'll do that first, and then the movies are at the end. Let me know if you want me to keep talking about like DVDs and stuff, and or if you think that should be a separate video or what have you, because I'd like to throw kind of that stuff in here, but I know a lot of people don't really care about it. So let me know and give me some feedback. So let's go ahead and just cut to the chase here, and let's get started right into the games. My wife and I took a trip to Chillicothe and found a nice little retro store down there. I almost walked out with it. They had a Sega CD there, but it was part of a bundle with a Genesis and with a 32X. They said it worked, but everything was like really dirty, and I didn't really feel like dropping the amount of money they wanted for all three of those things together. I just wanted the Sega CD and they wouldn't break it up. So I didn't get the Sega CD, but I'm still on the lookout for one. But I did pick up some NES games, a couple of which I've really been looking for, and some other ones that just sounded interesting. So finally completed my Castlevania collection on the NES with Castlevania 1 and Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse. I have Castlevania 2 already, so I have all three of them on the NES now, and I'm really excited to kind of get back into those old school games, the challenging old school games. I also picked out Punch-Out! This is not Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, obviously, just the normal Punch-Out with Mr. Dream. But I don't really care about Mike Tyson being in it. But this is a fantastic, fun game, so if you haven't got this, you definitely need to. A blast from my past. I remember going over to a friend's house when I was really young, and we just passed the controller back and forth playing this game. That is Tiger Hilly, and I think I remembered this game more fondly than it actually is. It's a vertical shmup with where you play as a helicopter, and I seem to remember it being a lot better than it actually is, but it still brings back some nice memories, so that was cool. And then finally, I picked this up for no other reason than I thought the front of the game looked cool, and that is Xerxes. And what this is, I'm going to actually do a video just on this, and like a gameplay video. It's kind of like Guardian Legend or Blaster Master in that it's really kind of two games in one. And this one, it's like a side-scroller, almost like a Metroid-style game. And then it breaks it up with a few stages of shmup action. Really kind of a real interesting, kind of a challenging game. So I'm really looking forward to really delving into this one. And then the lone Super Nintendo game I picked up, a lot of people have been on me about getting this, and that is UN Squadron, and I now have it, and haven't got around to playing it yet, but it will go in soon, because I'm craving some quick action here, so that'll be a fun thing to throw in. The wife and I just took a trip to Half Price Books up in Columbus today, and so I got some stuff mixed in here from that. You'll still see the stickers on there. I haven't got around to cleaning up the cases or anything yet, but I found something there that I was really kind of excited when I found it, and that is Threads of Fate for the PS1. Ball and Nick, he did a video on this, and he seemed to really enjoy it. So I really trust his opinion, and I love it when he gives recommendations and spends my money. So once again, Nick, you spent some more of my cash. So Threads of Fate for the PS1, looking forward to that. It's actually in pretty good condition. The manual is a little worn from sliding it out of the case, but other than that, really nice condition, and the disc is almost pristine. And then this was a big month for the Sega Saturn. I played Panzer Dragoon Saga, and I just fell in love with my Sega Saturn. So I wanted to get some more stuff for my Saturn collection, because it is a little, piddly. It's a difficult system to collect for, but Picked up some real gems this time. Picked up Galactic Attack, which is a vertical shmup. I can't remember if it's Layer Section 1 or Layer Section 2. I think this is Layer Section 1, and then Raystorm on the PS1 is Layer Section 2. But this is a fantastic game, and it's actually kind of on the lower end of Saturn shmup action, and I love... The Saturn is a great 2D system, and I love the 2D graphics on this game, so fantastic stuff. I also picked up Panzer Dragoon Zwei, because I loved Saga so much. I knew I needed to get this one to finish out the collection, and now I have Panzer Dragoon 1, Panzer Dragoon Zwei, Panzer Dragoon Orta, and Panzer Dragoon Saga. So I have all 4 of the Panzer Dragoons. Really fantastic games, and sadly, a game that's really been left behind. You don't see Panzer Dragoon games anymore, and it's really a sad thing because they're just fantastic, weird games. I love the Panzer Dragoon series. I also picked up some Japanese imports for the Saturn, and the first one here is just mind-blowingly gorgeous. When you pop this into your Saturn and you're just playing it, you just can't believe that this is the Sega Saturn putting these graphics out. That is Princess Crown. This is the precursor to Odin Sphere, Muramasa, and all the Vanillaware games, and just gorgeous. I need to go online. It's all in Japanese, of course. I need to go online and figure out, what button does what and all that stuff to really play the game. But I'm so looking forward to trying to suss my way through this, just to see the graphics alone. Really fantastic stuff. It's a sad thing that this did not come out over here. But that was kind of the way the Saturn was. They wanted all 3D games and no 2D games, which was really stupid considering how awesome the Saturn is at 2D stuff. The next 3 games I picked up because I did want these in the collection. I do plan on playing them. I talked to RPG Swagman about these, and it gave me some really good tips on how to play them. How to play them even though they are in Japanese. So I have a bunch of websites bookmarked to sort of help me with the storyline and the gameplay and what have you. And that is Shining Force 3 Scenario 1, Shining Force 3 Scenario 2, and Shining Force 3 Scenario 3. So I picked up all 3 of those, and they were actually really reasonably priced. Scenario 1 goes for, I don't know, like 40, 50, 60 bucks over here, and this was $7 Japanese, which, I mean, it's in Japanese, so you do have to deal with that, but it's just crazy how cheap these RPGs are from Japan. It's a language barrier, of course, but it's still just kind of mind-blowing how over here, like, action sports games are the cheap ones, but over there, RPGs are the cheap ones. But really looking forward to getting into these. I'll probably play Shining Force 1 and 2 first, so don't look for a review on this anytime soon, because I'm going to play those 2 first to really get down the mechanics of the game, so I at least have that going into it. But I really do plan on playing them. And then the last game I picked up because it was really cheap and it looked really interesting. The artwork's interesting. The graphics are really cool. That is Wachenroder for, of course, the Sega Saturn. And if you'll notice, it's one of those chunky cases. It's a single disc case, but it's chunky. And that is because it has an art book in it as well as the manual, which, there's the spine cards and stuff. But as you can see there, really an awesome thing, and I was not, when you buy these used, if you guys want me to go through this, let me know, and I'll do a quick video where I go through the art book. But when you buy these Japanese games, you don't really know what all comes in them, and when I opened that up, and I was like, why is this in a thick box? And I was like, oh, the manuals, no, it's 2 manuals. So then I got really excited when I saw the art book. So Wachenroder, I don't know if I'll be able to play this one or not, but I like having it in my collection, because when people come over and they see these Japanese games, it is kind of a conversation starter, and it's always kind of fun. I don't know. It's fun buying these. I like buying these import games just as a collector, not so much to play them, but just to collect them. It's nice. The next game I picked up on the Nintendo DS, and I bought this for my wife because she really enjoyed the game on the computer for free, but when she would go out to places, she wouldn't have it with her to play, and that game is Plants vs. Zombies. So I picked up a DS cart for her, and I gave her my DS Lite, and she's just been playing this almost nonstop. Except for the only problem with this is the game modes where you have to scream at the DS. And she's just like sitting there going, go, 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 go! And it's just like, it gets really annoying. But other than that, I'm really happy that I got this for her because it's really, she seems to really like it. So. Continuing on to the PlayStation 2 now, and some other half-price pickups. This one I picked up a while ago, and that is Orphan, Scion of Sorcery. An action RPG type game. I hear it's average, not so great, but it was only $3, so I figured, what the hell. But it's made by ESP, who had something to do with Grandia. So I'm actually really kind of interested to get into this. The only bad thing is Activision, which, I mean, Activision didn't get any money from me paying for this, but I just read an article, I think it was in Game Informer, about the two heads of Infinity Ward and all the crap with Activision of them. That is some fucked up shit. I might just do a video on that itself, because that is cutthroat, man. So I hate Activision now, basically. But anyway, really looking forward to getting to that game. Here's another game that I rented back in the day, and my PS2, it's always been kind of iffy about playing the PS2 CD-ROM discs, the blue discs. But, you know, I wanted this back in my collection because I love Star Trek. That is Star Trek Encounters, an action, like an arcadey type game with, you know, Enterprise and things like that. So I loved Star Trek Legacy on the Xbox 360. So I'm really looking forward to going into this with this action arcade-ness and going around with the old movie Enterprise and blowing shit up. I think it's going to be great. I love Star Trek, so had to get that. Continuing on, went to a yard sale this morning, and just happened, you know, I like to go to them, but usually they're a bust. And this time, I got a pretty friggin' good deal. I saw this sitting there, Nintendo GameCube, which I had a GameCube back in the day, and this thing's beat up, it's still a little dirty, need to do more cleaning on it, but I saw a price tag of $30, and I was like, well, I'm not going to pay $30 for a yard sale GameCube. So the woman came over and she's like, oh, all prices are negotiable. I was like, okay, that's fine. So I looked around a little bit more and found some other stuff there as well. But I came back to the GameCube, and then I read the sticker closer, and it said, it was GameCube set. Controllers, games, wires, everything for $30. And there's a big stack of games here. Not all of them are great because it was bought for children. But there is a couple things in there that I'm really kind of happy about getting. But I want to get this for a Game Boy Advance player. So now I'm going to have to go and get a Game Boy Advance player. Powered it on, works great, so I'm really happy with this purchase. And I got a silver controller, and then this Mad Catz controller that'll be my bitch controller for like games that, you know, use that kind of controller. But it matches my Wavebird, which is great, so that's why I really like it. But let's go ahead and get into the games that I picked up there. And some of these are in really bad condition, but I essentially think of it that I bought a GameCube and I got all these games for free. So, who cares? And some of these games I'm never going to play, to be honest with you. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. Mario Golf, Toadstool Tour. I'm not really a big golf fan, but I might give this game a chance to see if it's any good or not. But probably won't play it because I don't really like sports games. And then some of these I have to open up to see what they are. This is Monster House. As you can see, bad condition, no label, no manual, nothing. Obviously, they bought these at GameStop and just bought disc-only versions. But it has a case, so that's kind of weird. And then we have Rampage Total Destruction. So I might actually, I think I heard that this is actually kind of good. So I might go to the site that I go to buy like the artwork and the manuals and stuff and see if I can find the outer box art for this. Might be worth it, I don't know. Picked up, well, it didn't pick up. I got also with it Metroid Prime with the Metroid Prime 2 bonus disc. It's kind of beat up a little bit, but I only have, my Metroid Prime was one of the first ones that came out, so it doesn't have the bonus disc. So it's kind of nice to have the bonus disc there. I don't know if it's just gameplay or if there's actually anything really cool on that disc. I'm going to have to go and look and see if there's like artwork or things like that on there. Sonic Adventure DX Director's Cut. The spine label and everything's kind of messed up, but you know, it's kind of nice to have. I like Sonic Adventure on the Dreamcast, God's sake. And this is just kind of a souped-up version of it. I'm actually really kind of excited to play this game. I don't know if it's any good or not, but Batman Vengeance. I really loved the animated series of Batman, and even though this is the later animated ones that weren't as good as the original ones, still kind of interested to go in and see if this is any good or not. I don't think it is. If I remember correctly, I think the reviews were pretty mediocre on this, but oh well. Pac-Man World 3, probably will never play it. I might throw it in just to see what it's like, but it is complete, which is, you know, more than I can say some of these other games, so there's that. Piglet's Big Movie Game, I will never play this. Another copy of Super Mario Sunshine complete, so that's actually kind of nice, so I don't know what I'll do with this. Maybe I'll use it as a prize or something in a future contest. Fantastic Four, who cares? Pac-Man Fever, again, probably never play it. Ghost Recon 2, I might throw this in and see what it's like. I don't know. I think I remember hearing that these were actually pretty good, so I might try that. And then finally, a game that I'm actually kind of looking forward to trying. I've always wanted to try these, and I never have. But Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, I got that as well in that set. So, you know, kind of an awkward pickup because there's a lot of kids games there. But at the same time, you know, as a person down the street, you know, just doing a yard sale, just trying to get rid of stuff. So I was like, what the hell? You know, I'd rather give my money to them than to like GameStop or something. So yeah, that was pretty fun to get that. Moving on, because this video is going to be really long, let's go ahead and get into the PS3 stuff. I picked up Darksiders at Half Price Books for $10. So that was a price I was willing to pay for it, and I'm really looking forward to getting into it and seeing what all the hype is about with this series. Yeah, so looking forward to this. Wait a minute, was this not put out? I thought, isn't Darksiders 2 by THQ? I thought this one was too. Apparently not. Okay, sorry. Moving on. Picked this game up for $3, and don't pay more than $3 for it. There's fun to be had with it, and it is kind of an enjoyable experience in a lot of like nostalgic ways, but it's also a very unfinished, unpolished game, and that is Duke Nukem Forever. I've already given my game discussion on this, so if you want to know what I really think about this in more depth, even though I really don't get in that much depth with it, because how can you? But go watch my video on that. So, Duke Nukem Forever. And then finally, Atelier Maruru, The Apprentice of Arlen. This is the big box set. I pre-ordered this on NES America because I knew I wanted it. Did not know that this was a NESAmerica.com exclusive. I don't think you can get this in the stores. So I guess the prices are just like going up and up and up on this. So really happy to have this in my collection. I will not be wearing the barrel shirt. I'm going to keep the barrel shirt as part of the set. So, but yeah, I really love the Atelier series. Even though they're kind of cutesy and kind of simple, it's just kind of relaxing for some reason. I don't know. Let's set that over there. And then for the Xbox 360, I did pick up Akai Katana by Rising Star Games. I'm really happy that Rising Star Games is putting out games in the States now, because it's another little indie company that brings out these quirky games that I can support. So I'm really happy that Rising Star Games is bringing these out. This is a horizontal bullet hell shooter from Cave. I prefer mine to be vertical, but this is a lot of fun as well. I still suck at these games, but god damn it, I love them. So definitely check this out if you want to get some bullet hell action going on. Also picked up Alan Wake for $8, I think, at Half Price Books. But I'm really excited to get into this. I really want to start this because I love Silent Hill. I love Twin Peaks. I love these towns of these stories of towns gone bad. And while Alan Wake, you know, it just seems like it fits in that mold, especially with Twin Peaks. That I just really want to get into it and start playing it. And then hopefully, if it's good, I'll look into American Nightmare as well. But really excited, and I really hope that they continue this series. But then again, I might play the game and think otherwise. But I don't think so. I think I'm really going to enjoy this. And then finally, also a Half Price Books pickup, which I love Half Price Books. They're really getting into selling video games, and I can usually always find something there. Child of Eden, Pete Dorr. It just goes on and on about this game when it came out, and it looks beautiful on the back. I don't have a Kinect, but I'm going to play with the controller, and I'm really kind of excited to throw this in and play it, but haven't done that yet. So oh well. And then some more half-price books pickups I did. I did pick up a 6-button Sega Genesis controller. Who cares? And then I also found this, a 3D controller for the Sega Saturn there. And I was really happy to pick it up, and I think it's a great controller. I really actually like it. And you can just see where the Dreamcast comes from with it. Actually, I think it looks like the Reliant, especially if you take that off. It looks like the Reliant from Star Trek II, Wrath of Khan. So that's kind of cool as well. But the thing didn't work when I first started to play with it. And what happened was there was a lot of the wires disconnect, and there was a lot of corrosion on those pins in there. So I scraped it off and plugged it back in, and lo and behold, that solved the problem. So, but I really like the stick and how it uses magnets instead of like the buttons, so it doesn't wear out as quickly, and your finger stays on it so well. I don't know why more analog sticks aren't like this, but I really actually do like this controller a lot. So that was a fun pickup to find, because you don't find Saturn stuff very often, and when you do, it's usually in terrible condition. Moving on to the PC, picked up a few things here. I picked up Myst Uru, which Uru is kind of like the black sheep in the Myst series. It's, instead of it being like a point-and-click adventure, it's more of like a 3D, like you have an avatar on there and you can move around the world. So this was pretty cheap, but I definitely wanted to pick it up because I do enjoy Myst. I'm actually thinking about restarting Myst 1 on the Sega Saturn here sometime. I don't know when, but... Also picked up Super Meat Boy Ultra Edition, and even if you've already bought this game downloaded, this is worth picking up if you can find it, because there's just so many crazy things in here. Like the manual is just like the manual that you get into this, and the artwork and everything in it is just astounding. I also did an unboxing for this, so if you want to see what you get in this manual, it's worth, like, I paid $5 for this, and it was worth it because that manual is just so awesome. But you know, it's a lot of fun. And then the last thing I picked up, haven't played it yet, and it was also dirt cheap, is Keepsake on the PC. So I don't know if it's any good or not, but the box and the artwork on the back and the pictures and stuff, it just seemed interesting, and it was $3, so I was like, I'll give it a shot for $3. So if you've played Keepsake, let me know if it's any good or not. I don't even know if my computer will run it, to be honest with you. And then the final part of the game stuff here, I'm just going to re-show off my package that I got from the Laggy Gamer. I won his subscribers contest, and I got to pick 2 items. And out of the items that he had, I picked Izuna 2, which is a roguelike for the DS. And I also picked up the Blu-ray of Event Horizon, which was an old movie that I loved in my teenage years. And I kind of really wanted to get this when I saw it was coming out. So when I saw that was in Steven's stuff to pick from, I said, I gotta get that, you know, because I wanted to get it anyway, so why not? But he also threw in some extras, a really lovely letter that he wrote. I still have it over there, and I'm going to keep it forever. Maybe get it framed, who knows. But he also sent me White Knight Chronicles International Edition, which actually, I really kind of want to get into this. But there's just so many games I have to play, so I don't know when I'll get into it. But I'm really happy to have this, because I was thinking about picking it up anyway. But he got White Knight Chronicles 2 and said, yeah, I don't really need this anymore, so I threw this in there as well. He also threw in the Blu-ray of Sphere, which I'm really looking forward to watching that. And he also threw in the first book of the Dresden Files, which I will probably be reading this pretty soon. I'm reading a Frank Herbert book right now, and then I think I want to read a little bit of Sherlock Holmes because of something I'm going to show you here in a minute. But I'm definitely wanting to get into this to see if this series is any good. Okay, so that is the video game stuff for this pickups video. So if you guys don't care about anything else, you can stop watching now, because I'm going to show some DVDs, some Blu-rays, and a couple CDs. So it's up to you. And of course, let me know if you want to see more of this kind of stuff, because I can, of course, do more of these, do separate videos, however you want me to do it. I don't care. I'm pretty flexible. But at this yard sale, they also had Power Rangers figures. And I love the Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I watched that shit way beyond the age when it was acceptable. Like, I was going into high school, still secretly watching Power Rangers. And in this little bag for $2, I got the Pink Ranger, Kimberly. She didn't have a weapon, though. I don't know what happened to her weapon. Got Billy, the Blue Ranger. Got Lord Zed. Tommy the Red... No. Tommy's not the Red Ranger. Who the hell was the Red Ranger? What was his name? I can't remember, but I got the Red Ranger. And then, this is the reason why I bought it. Because it has Tommy, the Green Ranger. And Tom, as we all know, Tommy fucking kicks ass in the Power Rangers. Whether he's the Green Ranger, or the White Ranger, or he's like the 40-year-old Red Ranger later on in the series. He just kicks ass. So, got those. Those are actually kind of cool to have. And then, one of the big things I've picked up, and I'm really getting into this series, and if you guys haven't checked this series out, you need to. That is Sherlock. I got seasons 1 and 2 on Blu-ray, and this is just a fantastic show. Just watching the relationship between Holmes and Watson in this is amazing. And then when Moriarty gets into it in the third episode of this, it's just, oh my god, that's like the best version of that character I've ever seen. Just kind of like the Joker in a lot of ways from Dark Knight, you know, just this wild card that you don't know what's going to happen. But the weird thing about this is, whenever if you like British TV shows, their seasons are always like 6 or 7 episodes. This is only 3 episodes a season, but each episode is an hour-and-a-half long. So you're basically getting movies with this, which I think is fantastic. So it really is a fantastic series. My wife and I are going to start watching season 2 later tonight. I'm telling you guys, it's amazing. You got to get it. I also picked up this nice DVD box set of Bonnie and Clyde, and I was thinking about doing a video kind of unboxing it, but I don't know if anyone would really care about it. There's some actually really cool stuff in here. But I found this at an Ollie's, which is like an overstock store, kind of like Big Lots and things like that, for $9. So I had to get this because it's really handsome. And I really like the movie. Went to Meijer yesterday and found this, the Blu-ray Ultimate Edition of Year 1 of Harry Potter. I think the reason why it's so cheap is because we accidentally got a Canadian version, or maybe they just put French on these for the hell of it. But it's actually it says "and the Philosopher's Stone," so I think this is a Canadian version. But I picked this up for $9, and I might have to pick up the rest of these. I really love the Harry Potter series, and you know, I don't know. Maybe I'll just get them all. But I want to get all the older movies in the Potter series on Blu-ray. I'm going to see how this one looks first, though. This is actually my most hated Potter movie. But that being said, it's still a good movie, but it's my least favorite of the series. I also picked up the Macross Saga of Robotech. I've been watching this, and this just takes me back to being a kid. I love this so much. It's so cheesy, but it's so awesome at the same time. Walmart had this for $9, so if you guys go check your Walmart, you might have those there. And then Half Price Books. I picked up a lot of stuff there today. I picked up Ark the Lad, Day of Reckoning. It's like a movie of Ark the Lad. I haven't watched it yet. It's got special features. Well, not really special features. But, you know, I'm kind of interested in seeing what this is all about. So I picked that up. Picked up Season 1, Book 1 of Thundercats, which is actually a really fantastic series. I was really impressed with the new Thundercats. So I'm going to go out and pick up the rest of the DVDs as well. Or I'm going to have to look and see. I really want them to kind of do like a Season 1 of the entire thing. But, you know, with these kids' DVDs, they like to drag it out. So they'll probably keep releasing the books. But I will definitely be going out and get the other ones. Flight of the Conchords, second season. We watched the show and we loved it. But we never bought the second season for some reason. So I saw it there and I had to pick it up. The Muppets Take Manhattan. I love the Muppets, and I saw this there. It was the only Muppet movie they had there other than the new one that I already have. But I love the Muppets. I love the Muppet Show, so I picked this up. You know, had to get it. Mystery Science Theater 3000, The Essentials. I love this show, and this is out of print now. So I just picked it up basically for that. It has Manos, The Hands of Fate, which is like the best episode of Mystery Science Theater 3000 ever. And Santa Claus Conquers the Martians, which that was when it was on Comedy Central. It looks like it was during maybe Season 2, 1991. That might have been Season 1 or 2. So I never got to see that one, so I'm actually really looking forward to that. But there is a new version of Manos, The Hands of Fate out done by Shout Factory that I'll be picking up as well, because the artwork that Shout Factory is doing for the new Mystery Science Theater box sets is just phenomenal. So if you guys have not checked out Mystery Science Theater 3000, you need to. It's probably one of my favorite shows. It is one of my favorite shows of all time. And then this is something interesting. It's still sealed, so who knows. Man-Stroke Woman, the complete series. It's a sketch comedy series from England. It has Nick Frost in it from like Shaun of the Dead and those movies. So I loved Spaced. I loved Big Train. So I'm gonna see if this is actually any good or not. I don't know, but I do love British humor, so I think I'll love it anyway. And then finally, rounding out this super long pickups video, just a couple CDs here. Got the Best of Jackson 5 because all things considered, I really do love Michael Jackson. And I love the Jackson 5, so I did want to, it's got all the good songs on it, so I definitely had to get that. Found it for really cheap. At the yard sale that we went to, we found a couple CDs there for $1 a piece. One of them I bought for my wife. That was Savage Garden, which, kind of a weird thing here. I actually really do enjoy this CD. I mean, it's calculated pop music from the 90s, but there's just, I'm getting to the age now where, like, all 90s music is good to me. You know what I mean? Like, it's weird. But I actually do really kind of enjoy this CD. And then, probably, I don't know. I used to love this CD back in the day, and then I got rid of it. And I've always kind of wanted it back. It's such a quirky, weird CD, and a weird band, but the one song, their one-hit wonder is such an amazing song that you really owe it to yourself to go out and find this CD. Crash Test Dummies, God Shuffled His Feet, and the song is And that's just such an amazing song, amazing nonsensical song that it's just, it was the 90s and everything was so quirky back then, All these alternative bands were just getting signed on the power of Nirvana alone. And Crash Test Dummies, it's a fun CD to listen to, and I'm really happy I picked that up. But yeah, so I don't know how long this thing went on, but there's a huge fucking stack of shit right here, and I gotta get this all on the shelf, and so I'm gonna end it here. But that is a pickup video. I was waiting to do this because I have a few more things coming in the mail, but I'll just tack those on to the next one, or in the case of one of them, I'll just do a mystery unboxing or something. So, alright guys, that is it. Let me know what you think about me showing off, like, picking up DVDs and Blu-rays and CDs and things like that. A separate video, or should I just throw it all in the pickups video? Let me know. So, alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Take care. I'll see you soon.